So for those of you who have not yet heard back from the jobs that you've applied to, and to those of you who are maybe spending a little too much time indoors this summer, I got some news, I got some updates, okay? I got some baby mama drama. It is a massive day for the unemployed. I'm never getting a job. Idubbbz created a thing called Creator Clash. It was a charity boxing event. The first one raised a lot of money for charity. The second one, the third one, well, it's no longer happening. It is officially canceled, and we have some stuff to get into. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, and if you dislike it, then slap a dislike. IDGAF, brah. And let's get into it.
Oh, the vampires will choose.
Guys, I don't know how to say this. This is a very tragic day. I legitimately just got the worst news someone could possibly get. No, my mom isn't dead. No, I haven't fallen off. Well, yet. And no, massive sense allegations haven't dropped. Once again, yet. And if I'm a little bit more emotional than usual, hopefully you guys can understand how painful and how impactful this whole situation is. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it together. 2 hours ago,
I don't feel bad for a second that the moron that decided to attack Ethan Klein out of nowhere and revived a series that he intentionally killed because of its toxicity got what came as a result of him doing that, which was a lot of hate, a lot of criticism, a lot of blowback, especially because it was by far the worst content cop that he has ever made. And that says something when in one of them, he decided to approach an 18-year-old at a convention and deceptively ask for a photo as a Trojan horse to say the N-word with a hard R. That's really not the best thing to do with your life, but it is somehow played out to be a more beneficial decision than making a content cop on Ethan Klein. And listen, I like charity. Raising money for charity is good, but if you wanted to do that and you decided to maybe care about the kids some more, I don't think you would have made that content cop. I really don't. I mean, there's no way that your pea-sized brain can't predict that people are going to look at you and your attachment to the event after attacking one of the biggest creators on YouTube and not fuck with the likeliness of the event going well.
So right now there's a fucking car outside and it's honking and it makes me want to grab my gun and shoot everyone in that car. They don't shut the fuck up. Sorry, I felt a Sigma coming inside of me. Pause. This comes directly from Creator Clash. We've made the difficult decision to cancel Creator Clash. All existing pay-per-view ticket holders will receive this fucking car. All existing.
Let's be honest, how difficult is this decision? Like, isn't the decision as easy as, let's take a look at how many people have bought tickets and how many seats we filled, and then they actually go ahead and look at it and they say, oh, no one's coming. Okay, it's canceled. I mean, it's really not even that crazy. I mean, no one's coming, so you may as well just, sunken cost fallacy, you know? You may as well just end it now.
Pay-per-view ticket holders will receive an automatic refund. No action is required. While the event won't go ahead as planned, all funds raised so far will be donated to charity, and our fundraising efforts will continue in the months ahead. That's a W. Thank you to all the fighters for their hard work and dedication, and to everyone who supported us over the years. We appreciate you.
I'm just curious as to what money they've raised so far that's actually going to charity. I guess that's good if there is any funds, but like, what is this, like some lint in a paper clip? Maybe like a ripped $1 bill? Like where are the funds coming from? Maybe sponsors that feel obligated to maintain your contribution or something, but I legitimately don't know.
And dedication. And to everyone who supported us over the years, we appreciate you. So it is officially over. I do not know if this is the end of Creator Clash as an event or...
Oh, it is, 100%. Like, because the brand Creator Clash will forever be tied to Ian Jamha, lol, and the disasters that he has chosen to inflict upon himself and the brand. He's tarnished it permanently, so I think the brand's done. I mean, maybe there could be some sort of a buyout where they sell the rights to the whatever the fuck, and then they rehash it or redo it in some way, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Creator Clash, we're not gonna get a third or fourth ever.
Only this year got canceled. Now, because you guys don't know, Creator Clash was officially supposed to happen in July, I think around this time. Then it got postponed to October in LA, and I was like...
You know, these dumb fucks put Creator Clash, I believe, a day after or the day before, some very close proximity to an actual boxing event, like some other boxing event that would have taken a lot of, let's just say, customers away from Creator. Like, who planned this shit? Like, legit, did they not think, like, oh yeah, there's other events that people can go to, but we have have to make sure that because of that, we're not making people choose to either go to ours or go to another one. We can just plan it at a different time. Like, I genuinely don't know if these people actually possess the facilities to plan an event beyond a fucking pizza party at Chuck E. Cheese.
I'll just go to that, you know, it's like nearby. I would have gone, vlogged the experience, but now that's been taken away from me, and I'm honestly pretty sad. I wanted to try something different. Normally when events get canceled, they'll say something like, but we'll see you next year, guys. But I guess it's the end. I mean, I feel bad for the fighters. That's who I feel bad for. The people that trained to do this, the people that put money into it. This is Idubbbz's and Anissa's fault. A tragic day for the Jomha's household, if you ask me. This is possibly worse than 9/11. I gotta keep it real with you guys. So I'm guessing here that the new event, the new LA date, despite it being a 5,000 people capacity, it just wasn't selling. Because if the event was selling, why would you cancel it? You know what I mean? Why would you leave thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table? It just doesn't make any sense. If I had to come up with my own theory, my game theory, the event just wasn't selling well. If anything, it was selling horribly, if not worse.
I mean, this is like Finance 101. If the money that you are getting to fund the event is less than the money that is needed to fund the event doesn't get funded, and then it gets canceled. Like, it's actually just that simple. They didn't get the money, they had to cancel it, because a lot of costs go into running an event like this, costs that are not going to be paid by people that are buying a ticket, maybe like out of fucking sympathy for Ian, or because they really care about charity or something like that. But I promise you, I promise you, there would have been a lot more customers had there been no drama, no bullshit, no back and forth, no controversy, no Hassan orbiting terrorism adjacent bullshit, okay? This is the most self-inflicted downfall I've seen in recent years. And it's sad because this money could have gone toward an event that would have raised money for charity. Now, you know, whether that would have caused Ian and Anissa to get 34% of it, I don't know. But the reality is, we're not even close to that because this shit's off. And, yeah, GG, go next.
First in the original one, or they just couldn't get any other fighters who are, you know, relevant. And once again, I want to make this very clear. This is Idubbbz and Anissa's fault. If Idubbbz and Anissa would have not dropped that content, I'm sure we 100%. Would be living in an alternative reality where Creator Clash goes on as planned, and all of this is avoided.
And the problem is that you basically run the risk when you're Idubbbz, a creator who hasn't been in the GOAT discussion for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, almost 10 years at this point, no joke. The problem with that being the case, with you being a washed up creator, is you do not get the privilege of throwing stones at other creators and talking shit because you live in a glass house. Let's just say, let's use Aiden Ross, for example. He's controversial. People don't like him. He does things that people disapprove of, but he's able to get away with hosting boxing events that make money because he doesn't live in a glass house. He has a giant audience. He has people that will watch these events, and so they will get sponsors and they will turn a profit. Ian doesn't have that. And so Aiden Ross can go on Twitter and say there's only two genders and start beef with people and have enemies in the YouTube or internet world, but it will not jeopardize his events because he has enough of an audience regardless of who he beefs with to where the events will succeed. Idubbbz, not so much. Even Hassan, if he were to make a boxing event, Hassan, for all the haters he has a fundamental base fan base that will support him regardless. Idubbbz doesn't. That's the problem.
But Idubbbz and his stupid ass ego and his stupid ass wife, they couldn't wait. The damage that Idubbbz and Anissa have done to this brand, despite the fact that they don't even work there, they have no stake in the company, they're still associated with it because, well, they came up with it.
Creator Clash 2 and 3 have genuinely put me into a bad spot financially.
Well, even if they're not even part of it, they're still promoting it, so they're part of it.
The first 2 years at Creator Clash, we got $20,000. Every fighter gets $20,000 to cover your coach, protein, food, gym memberships, training. The first year, I saved a lot of money with the way I trained. Year 2 comes around. I'm now living back in LA. I wanted to work with my coach, who is still in Portland. So in order to do that, I got like an Airbnb for a couple of months. And so anyway, I spent all the $20,000 on promo, food, gym, training, and then I get back to LA after Creator Clash and I have nothing because I was expecting a bonus. The reason I spent all 20,000 that year was because this person tells me it's going to be bigger and better, which it looked like it was shaping up to be. Pausing for a moment to give an editor's note. I might do this a few times throughout the video as I'm going through it, just to clarify.
This is one of the fighters
in
Creator Clash.
Exactly what I'm saying. When I say this person I'm talking to, I'm purposely not saying the name of the person. It's not Ian or Anissa. It's people who work for the event, for the promotion company, the PR company, or Real Good Touring. So there's a lot of people.
I am very curious to see what the comment section is like. Sensitive Society the Goat says, ha 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 ha. Yeah, I forgot I said that until now. For no specific reason, this guy's incredibly based and epic, so you gotta follow him. Tactone says, LMAO, okay. Okay, valid response. Nux says, can't believe the Jews would do this. Absolutely. I blame the Jews, and I blame the Nazis, and I blame grouping Jews and Nazis is actually pretty funny. I blame the Jews.
Is he saying that ironically because what, Ethan Klein was part of the downfall? Okay, yeah, I don't think it was the Jews' fault. I mean, honestly, you attacked him first, so.
I blame the Nazis, and I blame the slob tubers for this, you know what I mean? Clearly, Idubbbz and Anissa are innocent, and they have nothing to do with this, all right? They're just innocent bystanders, and the haters, they're gonna hate, so.
Then Ian tells me, before Creator Clash 3 is about to happen, oh, I'm putting out a hit piece on Ethan Klein, and I'm
what a fucking dumbass. Do I even give him credit for saying, like, oh, yeah, I mean, I told everyone, I gave a jump scare warning that I would ruin our event, so it's all good. I mean, what kind of sense does any of this make? Was he just saying it like, hey, yeah, things are about to get really fucked, so yeah, batten down the hatches? What is the point of saying this if you aren't even going to listen to what people have to say? And I know he didn't, because people definitely would have said, hey, don't do this. This will jeopardize the event.
thinking, oh my God, dude.
Because you have to understand, this is on Ian's wholesome arc. He's been drama-free, largely. I mean, you know, he still gets shit on for certain things, whatever. But I promise you, the amount of drama he was in prior to releasing a content cop was, let's just say, a lot less than after the content cop. And that pre-content cop era was probably a lot healthier for promoting an event like this than it is now.
Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to cause trouble? Because now I'm thinking, this is gonna ruin Creator Clash 3, and I'm gonna get screwed again. Yes, I can tell him I'm concerned. I truly thought it was a work. It was like a WWE promo thing where like they were gonna have a fake feud. They were gonna make up right before Creator Clash 3. Genius promotion. I watch a lot of wrestling though, so I probably was thinking incorrectly because that wasn't the case at all. It was a real beef.
Bro, fucking Stevie Wonder could see this and be like, yeah, this event is gonna get canceled. The only way it would have sold is if you had fucking Sam Hyde versus Hassan. I would go to
I would go to that, yeah. And like, if the reality is Ian actually boxed H3, I'd also go to that. But this was more of a, I'm gonna make a content cop on you, you're going to react to it, I'm going to make a content cop follow-up, and then we just had this very terminally online back and forth with several hours of lore that most people do not have time for all that. So honestly, if you just reduce this to, hey, we're gonna, you know, squash the beef in the ring, then people would have gone. But it was a disaster. It was a shit show, a literal shit show.
That, you know what I mean? I would go regardless because I like content and it'll be fun and something different. That would have been one hell of a fight, if you ask me. I know Sam would have done it. I don't know if Hamas Piker would have done it. Ethan literally bullied a charity event into canceling. All right, little bro, I'm gonna dox you, okay? I'm gonna dox you Hassan Piker style. If you keep up these stupid ass comments. Yeah, it's clearly not Idubbbz.
I mean, that's Ethan literally bullied a charity event into canceling. Yes, Ethan did that. He certainly did not respond to people that were basically justifying calls from CPS to his home, jeopardizing the health and safety of his children. That's certainly not why he responded. It was because he hates charity. Guys, he bullied the content cop. You see how fucking retarded that sounds? Doesn't it like sound retarded when you start hearing it? Because it is. And things that sound retarded often are retarded, so.
If you keep up these stupid ass comments, yeah, it's clearly not Idubbbz and Anissa. Look, they're innocent here, guys. Idubbbz
and I gotta call out Sensitive Society real quick. You guys can tag him, clip this part of the video. When are we gonna get some real gameplay? You are not fooling me for 1 second. I know this isn't your surf gameplay, and I know for a fact it's not because the surfing is too smooth, and I know that you play on controller, so it's not adding up. Let's either ask the GOAT for some gameplay, at which he will provide countless. He'll even make a Google Drive folder for you that you can access at any time for free, because he's a nice guy. But let's not be frauding the gameplay in Big 25, okay? We ain't doing that, all right?
comments. Yeah, it's clearly not Idubbbz and Anissa. Look, they're innocent here, guys. Idubbbz and Anissa never.
You know what? I'll do a quick pop quiz for you. Sensitive Society, if this really is your gameplay, what knife is this?
Do anything wrong. It's always everyone else but them. Sure. You have quite a few people hating on Ethan. Like, I'm not here.
And these people that are hating on Ethan, like, brother, look at these people's profile picture. This person looks like Mark Zuckerberg, but in like the metaverse, and it looks like it was fucking rendered by some guy who dropped out of like graphic design school to do ayahuasca. This looks awful. So depressing. Hate Ethan Klein. Always will. Glad he's lost so many subs and will always be hated by everyone forever. First of all, forever is one word. So, you know, kind of vindicated on the drug use claims for not even knowing that. And also, listen, brother, if you think that people hate Ethan Klein forever, you certainly have not seen the amount of likes that he's getting on his YouTube video compared to Idubbbz. I hate to be the guy who brings up a ratio in Big 25, but maybe that's the only way that someone like you can understand who's winning and who's losing. You know, glad he's lost so many subs. Yeah, I mean, this is just completely some brain broken monkey talking Johnny Big Cheeks. And then we got this guy, fuck Ethan Klein, taking pride in this. What a vile, disgusting piece of shit. I mean, like, brother, taking pride in what? The fact that what? That Creator Clash is over? He's taking pride in it, and that's vile and disgusting. Why wouldn't he want the event that's created by someone who tried to ruin his lives to fail? Like, why would he not want that event to fail? I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense.
To dick right Ethan, I have nothing to gain if I'm like, Ethan is an angel and he's a saint and he cured cancer. Like, no. The only person I dick right is myself. People blaming this on Ethan is ridiculous. So let's not pretend like Ian is innocent here. No. Mr. Idubbbz.
They couldn't sell fucking tickets. Like, if you think that Ethan Klein was the reason that people were abandoning their checkout carts, then you just don't understand the fact that this wasn't marketed well. It was riddled with cancer and was not even actually able to sell things on the basis of it being an interesting event. Who are these fighters? Myth is fighting, brother. Myth. Fortnite 2017 Prime Myth, okay? Dude, this guy legitimately, I'm not even like, this is like, I have no problem with him. I don't have an issue with Myth. But the issue is that you are trying to sell tickets to an influencer boxing event. Who are going to buy those tickets? Fans of the creators that are boxing. Myth, unfortunately, has no fans that will buy tickets. He just doesn't. And that is fine. It's not a crime to fall off. Everyone's time comes and goes. He had a bigger peak than I will ever have, but he's not at his peak. He's at his floor. And that is a bad thing to be when you're trying to be a ticket salesman, okay? And so, yeah. If you think that Ethan Klein was the reason that Myth gets 50 viewers streaming Fortnite in Big 25, then I seriously think that you should have your personal freedom of speech card revoked.
Mr. Empathy at 32 years old over here. Why are people acting like Idubbbz is this innocent 39-year-old man and people are just out to get him? This fucking picture, I can. Frogan, you have Denims, you have Icux, and you have whoever the fuck this guy is. I like the sword. Sword is nice, Mr. Ian. This person says, all the worst people will be celebrating a charity event getting canceled and still claim they're like good people or whatever. Well, I have never claimed to be a good person, so I am celebrating this. As a matter of fact, I am pissing on the Creator Clash grave. Blaming people who are anti-Idubbbz isn't the move, okay? If anything, it makes you look worse. And
it's also so interesting, like, this might be a reach, and call me out on this, but the amount of people that are going to talk about charity like they really care, like, oh, you're really a fucking evil person because you don't support charity. It's like, okay, let's look at the goats who have surrounded Ian during the time of his biggest drama. We have Frogan, the person who literally called Ludwig a cracker for telling his audience that they can personally decide whether or not they want to donate to Palestine. So clearly there's some inconsistencies about the value of charity there, right? Like, even though he literally gave $10,000, he still got called a cracker by Idubbbz, Hassan Orbiter, Frogan. So if you're gonna say that it's bad to not support charity, then you have to call Frogan bad because you literally said that Ludwig's $10,000 wasn't enough and resultantly called him a cracker. So doesn't make any fucking sense. Literally is completely circumstantial. And at the end of the day, like, if you think that cancer research was make or break on the pennies, and I shouldn't say pennies, that's rude, the decent chunk of change that Idubbbz would have raised, then you're just wrong, because like at the end of the day, there's gonna be a lot more charity events in the future that will raise a lot more money than Creator Clash ever has, and they are going to do it in a way that is a lot better than Creator Clash did. That's it.
and still claim they're like good people or whatever. Well, I have never claimed to be a good person, so I am celebrating this. As a matter of fact, I am pissing on the Creator Clash grave. Blaming people who are anti-Idubbbz isn't the move, okay? If anything, it makes you look worse. And you guys...
Yeah, big problem with conflating the disapproval of Idubbbz with being against cancer research. Like, hey, you don't like this? Well, it has to be because of this reason that I'm going to use to strawman you, and not because you dislike Idubbbz.
Lost. It's over. It's Jover at this point. If you want to blame someone or take it up with someone, blame it on Mr. Empathy and blame it on Mrs. OnlyFans, alright? Blame those two people. Money's still going to charity, so who the fuck cares if it got canceled if the whole point is to help people who need it? And whatever Creator Clash would have...
I also think it's very funny, you know, for a literal fact, and I would love to run this experiment. How many people that are going to virtue signal about charity actually bought a ticket to the event? I'm so curious how many people who are complaining about the charity event getting canceled actually even bought a ticket themselves. Because if you didn't even buy a ticket, then how are you going to complain? You care just as much, you clearly care just as much about charity as the person who is celebrating the thing being over, because you didn't even buy a fucking ticket. So you have that both in common. It doesn't make sense to get up on a pedestal and complain about charity. You didn't even fucking support it.
It wasn't going...
And I know why you didn't support it, because you are not a fan of Myth. You didn't go to see Myth, okay? It's that simple.
towards charity unless you specifically donated to that charity. So whether the event made $10 or $10 billion, the charity would have not seen that because it was a completely separate thing. Harley, which was one of the original fighters before he dropped out, he says, well, it was fun while it lasted. Ethan comments on the Creator Clash cancellation. I'm so proud of the legacy you left behind. Truly inspiring stuff. I mean, can you really blame Ethan for taking this victory lap when Ian is low-key the one that pretty much got this whole thing going?
I'm not getting that extra money. I'm not getting that $10,000, even though I did some of the extra training, because the event's canceled now and it's just over and there's just no more money. And it's really messing me up, and it's really hard for me to be okay with this. That's why I'm making this stupid video, because I'm upset. It sucks. I put my heart into this. I got freaking beat hard this year, harder than I ever had. And I thought, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna train like a freaking professional. Keep my head down, avoid this drama, and now here I am, screwed.
At this point, I just started getting too worked up, so I'm now just ending the video. And then it turns out they were just talking trash about me behind my back. Ian's coach said on H3 that they used to say I was weird and talk trash about me, and then I also heard the same thing from Froggy Fresh 2 years ago.
Man.
I don't care if people think I'm weird, because I do make weird videos. I like being different and unique. I'm used to people saying I'm weird. I was just very surprised that it was happening by two other creative people. I thought they were like me, and I didn't expect them to make fun of me for being different.
And I'm sure in a few days we're gonna get a tweet or two from Anissa and Idubbbz being like, yeah guys, people want to bring me down, people want to bring us down, but we will rise up like the gamers we are, and we will beat this, guys. Donate to charity. It's like, dude, can you please stop using charity as a fucking shield? I raised money for charity, so you can never talk bad about me. I mean, if that's the case, dude, right fucking now, I'm gonna start raising money for charity. So in a few months, when someone doesn't like me and calls me out, I could just be like, well, how fucking dare you call me out, bitch? I raised money for charity. You cannot criticize me at all. So, kill yourself is what I would say. Someone responded to my tweet. Now you don't have to waste money to go there. Rent will be paid. Thank you, Anissa Washburn and Idubbbz Washburn. I really do appreciate the content. You're gonna be feeding the slob tuber for months to come. I'm sure Pegasus is buying his fucking 6th mansion as we speak. With
all I'm gonna say is that guy is legitimately the richest person in his country that I know.
of this going down. Shout out to my man Pegasus, love him. Just maybe the real Creator Clash 3 was the friendships we destroyed along the way, guys. Am I right? I guess this is it. This is a very emotional video. I mean, I cannot believe this is the end of an era.
It really is a massive day for the unemployed.
I think this being the last video about Creator Clash possibly hurts more than they break up or any breakup that I've ever had. Before I start crying all over my keyboard, I just want to let you guys know that.
Like, at the end of the day, the issue with Creator Clash is Idubbbz. And the issue with Idubbbz is that he finds fighters that are washed up and then also starts drama, even though he's washed up. I mean, at the end of the day, if Creator Clash was usurped by people who understood that you need relevant people to have on the card so that their fans buy tickets, then maybe there's a chance for Creator Clash 3 to happen in a year, completely void of any Idubbbz and whatever. Maybe the top card is like, I don't know, PewDiePie versus the guy on the bridge or something, right? You know, it could happen. But until then, it's cooked. It's very much cooked. And it's never going to be not cooked. It's over.
You guys are the best. I appreciate the love. And before you leave, do me a solid favor and drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Bangers all the time, all right? I'm going to be making YouTube content in
Listen, Oscar, my boy, Sensitive Society, it's cool that you have this video. I'll even leave it a like, but it's on, okay? My offer stands. Stop faking the gameplay. I'll get you some real gameplay. I'm cracked at CS. I have spent too much money on skins, and I'm a resource that you can access, so stop frauding and hit me up. Anyway, guys, that's about it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're at all new to the channel. We got bangers on bangers on bangers, and yeah, see you guys later.